Hello viewers, here's a look at the Christmas lights in the computer room for Christmas 2019. Some things are very similar to last year, however there is a fair number of items that are new this year. Over here we have the large flickering candles. And somehow all the bulbs have not gone out yet, which is half of a miracle. Those seem to go through bulbs very quickly. Small manger scene over there. Another candle with the flickering silicone bulbs. Well, they're supposed to be flickering. This particular one is not working very well. That's what they're supposed to look like. Got the tree with the acorn lights on it. On this wall we have several vintage strings of lights. We have these novelty M&M lights. And I have the original box for this string somewhere. And then we have a string of the loop style lights. And then there is a string of mini lights with the little flower thing on them. A lot of the bulbs in this string are original. They look very different from the bulbs that we have today. Paint is starting to come off some of them. Actually, a lot of these are original too. That one I think is a replacement. And then we have these giant bulbs here. Oh, come on. Oh dear. There we go. Appears to be a little bit of a white balance issue with some of the colors on here. And it kind of just runs down the wall there. Here we have the General Electric Christmas tree. A couple of Christmas trees with what's that stuff called? It has a name. I'll probably think of it at some point during this video. This tree has white lights on it. And that tree has colored lights on it. And we got this candle here, another silicone bulb. Over here we have the lit dog pillow. Another manger scene. This one's kind of sparkly. Another candle with a silicone bulb. Here we have a very realistic looking tree. This one was pre-lit. I don't really like the way the lights are put on there. I think it's very uneven and too sparse, but really not much you can do about it. Although actually this looks like it's just held on with these plastic clips. It may be fairly easy to take that off and redo it. Snowman counter, which I have just reached the point where I don't bother to put the days on because I never remember to change them. And then we got this candle here. I got these recently. I'm not really sure what these are called, but I really like them. If anybody knows what they're called, let me know, because like to get some more, and I'm having a hard time searching for them because I don't know what they're called. These have a flame colored bulb in them. I've always liked those bulbs. I've had those for a long time. A General Electric flickering candle. A Christmas tree. It's not a stuffed thing. It's like it's animated. So we'll call it a figure. I don't think there's any. No, I know there's no batteries in it. Maybe I'll put some batteries in it and show that at another time. On top of the shelves we have the Charlie Brown tree, the large peppermints, the large bubble lights. I think last year there was some debate in the comments box as to the size of these bubble lights, and some people were saying these aren't actually large. I believe I did a video comparing them to a regular sized bulb last year, so that whole debacle should be taken care of still. Then here we have these giant lights and some lighted garland and another tree. And then under the shelves I have garland with C7 lights on it and icicles behind the screens. Another Christmas tree figure. Small tree. I have no idea what brand that candle is. That's a USB powered thing. I don't have enough USB to AC adapters to plug that in. Over here we got the candy cane lights on the wall. A string of C9s. These are getting kind of hard to come across, the ones that are solid. No, they still make the clear ones, but the solid ones I think are a little bit more classic. And then I've got this thing here. If I had more of this I would outline the windows with it probably, but I only have one string. And then in the windows I have a few candles. This here, this operates off of a battery. I don't have one in there right now. Over here we have a sledding candle, a snowman. I think that holds like a tea light or something. I don't have anything in there though. Another battery operated candle. Another pre-lit tree, though this one is done a little bit more tastefully than the other one is. A string of mini lights. And then we have a battery operated tree. I don't know if these have a certain name or not, but it's got the single light inside and then all these bulbs, if you will, just kind of push in there and the light comes through them. I got this dog under the tree here. That's animated as well, but I don't have any batteries in it. And I got this tree here, which is a pretty old tree, and fittingly enough we have these old lights on it. Another candle with that wreath thing on it. Some candles in the window. This thing here is animated as well, but I don't have batteries in it. And then I have some other miscellaneous figures there. I've got this tree which holds all the ornaments. I got this tree on my video editing desk, and this tree. And I have a string of older but fairly newer style mini lights. These are old enough that the wires are still relatively small and inconspicuous, and there's a fair bit of space between each of the lights. These newer ones, the wires are getting so thick and the spacing just gets smaller and smaller every year on these mini lights, which in some cases is good, but in other cases it's not desirable. Here's another fairly old tree, very similar in style to that one, with another string of older mini lights. It's the same string as that one, same kind anyways, as this. So that's on there. Little dog, another tree with a single light inside that's also battery operated. And I have this birch tree here. Some giant lights on the wall. And we have the garland with C7 lights along the door. The spiral tree. This stocking is fiber optic, I believe. I forgot to put batteries in that as well. I always forget something when I do these videos. Got these giant lights there, that giant light there, and then under the tree I have some more giant lights and some Christmas ducks. And then on the ceiling I have a few more giant lights, twinkling snowflakes, icicles along the ceiling wall threshold, or whatever you want to call that, you know, at the top of the wall there, with the garland and a string of colored lights. It's not going to focus. And I don't know if this is going to get into... oh yeah, it'll get into the picture. There is a star created from a string of white lights that surrounds the ceiling fan there. A couple of non-lit giant lights. Oh dear, it is quite windy out. Oh, I think that's about it. Oh, I also have an advent calendar up here. So I believe that is it. This is what the computer looks like. The computer room. This is what the computer room looks like for Christmas 2019.